Hey everybody, welcome to JFH's Hero Training Week with WarnerMedia's Urban Action Showcase. And we have today with us Max Chen, pro fighter, Muay Thai champion, Sancho champion,
Yay.
martial arts royalty. Amazing guy, one of my favorite people. And Max will take it away. He's going to show us some of his training regimen as well as some of his choreography ideas. And Max Chen, go for it. He also plays sudden KO in the series. All right, love it.
That's also my email.
Ooh.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. All right, so I'm just going to show you a few techniques today, and let's get right into it. All right, so first thing I want to do is kick catch. So you're going to imagine a round kick is coming up to my head or body. That really doesn't matter. All you do is change the level a little bit according to what's coming, right? All right, so if it's coming to the body, just bring it down a little bit. If it's coming to the head, bring it up a little bit. So we'll just say kick's coming to your head. All right, so you're gonna block. First priority is blocking, right? So you see me here? And I'm not gonna drop the other hand. There's no need for that to happen. So this is gonna stay around my cheeks. This is gonna come up, and then I'm gonna catch. So what a lot of people do wrong here is that they'll try to come under the elbow. That's not gonna work. Anatomically, it just doesn't happen. So you're gonna have to come in front. So block in front, and then you bring the other hand over. So block, catch. So once again, here, you see a kick coming, round kick coming at your head. Block, scoop. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold the ankle, bring this across the body, step in. Now, when you step in, the back foot is going to be turned out, and then you're going to bring this across the neck, and across the ankle. So once again here, block, scoop, bring this across the belly. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but as you're bringing this across your belly, you got to kind of bring your hips back. If you don't bring your hips back, a lot of times the foot's going to knock right into your body. So you're going to bring the hips back, bring this across the body, then you're going to step in with the back foot turned out, and then you go across the neck and ankle at the same time. Boom. Just like that. So if we're going to do this in real time, right? Block, scoop, bring it across, step, kick. Once again, block, scoop, bring it across the hips, step in, kick. All right, so let me see you guys do that. Go on, keep going. Let me see you guys do it. Good. So, Jordy, what I want you to do is block, put the other hand right over, like this. Let me back up a little bit. Here, this hand comes right over, so one palm over the other. Yeah, that's good. Bring this down across the stomach. Pull your hips back, like that. Now you're going to step in with that rear leg. Step up. I don't know if you can see my foot, but my foot's turned out like this. Here. And now neck, ankle, same time. Yep, bring it across your belly, step in with that back foot. Oh no, almost. So that back leg, step forward with that. And there. This leg, you're gonna step forward. Bring it across the belly, step forward, kick. Keep going. I'm gonna put on a bell. Keep going with this. Yeah, you got it, Jan. So I want you to, with your right leg, Jordy, I want you to step forward with that. Just take a step forward with the right leg, but turn the foot out. So let's go right from here. Block. Block with the left hand. Scoop the right. Scoop with the right. Yeah, that's it. Now, yep, bring that across your stomach. Bring that across your stomach. That's it, Jordy. And now step forward. And now left hand goes across the neck and right leg kicks. And then left leg kicks well.
Max, question about this technique.
So you're just kicking with the wrong leg. Yeah.
So question is the moment. So you're taking impact on the block, right? So is your weight fully on the front leg when you take the impact? So you take the impact, you scoop the leg, you shift the weight back for a second so that you can clear the leg across your belly, and then you step forward, correct?
Yeah, you don't even have to shift the weight back, really. You just pull your hips back a little bit like this. So if you watch, right? Side view, block, scoop. When you bring this across, you just pull your hips back just a little bit. So I don't have to necessarily go to my back leg. I keep the weight somewhat the same. It is going to go back a little bit, but I'm just going to clear my hips like that. Then step forward, back leg, kick. Just like that. Block, scoop, clear the hip, step, kick. Nice. And instead of the hand going like this, I would bring the hand across like this. This is going to be stronger than this. This would be a little weaker. You'll have better leverage just chopping across this way. Yeah, so Jordy, instead of turning the hand this way, turn the hand this way. Just chop it across. You're going to have better leverage that way.
Straight hand across.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have more leverage going this way, right across, than this way.
Okay, rather than turning the palm.
Yeah, that's it.
5 degrees up.
Yeah.
Your catch with the other hand.
So block, scoop.
And then scoop it across the bottom.
There we go.
Yep, bring it across your body. Push the foot first. Yeah, now bring my ankle across your body. No, my. Yeah.
Step forward, the right leg, and then kick with the left. Yes, that's good, Jordy. Nice.
Before you step, scoop it across the body. Yeah, that's it. Back leg forward.
Okay. I gotcha. Interesting. Okay.
It's great detail, Max. Thank you.
That's good, Jen. And the best leverage points are always going to be by the neck and by the ankle. Obviously, if you hit them in the chest or further up on the leg, it's okay. You just have to kick a little harder. That's all.
So hand on chest or hand on head is fine, but it's not as good as hand on neck.
Yeah, neck and ankle will be probably the best leverage points, where you don't have to use as much force. Other ways will still work. You're just gonna have to use a little bit more force. That's all. It's gonna just require a little bit more. That one. All right. So let's move on. So let's move on to the double leg, right? So I realize not everyone will have a pad or anything, so you can just do this nice and easy, right? And let me know if you can see me.
You're good.
All right, so we're gonna be here. Good. All right, you're gonna change your level first. So think about an L, straight down and forward. All right. So change the level. Now I'm gonna do a little cheat here because, like I said, not everyone has a pad, so you don't have to touch the hand down. But I'm gonna touch the hand down just to make it a little easier on the knee. Okay. So you're gonna lower your level, step. So what a lot of people are gonna do, watch me over here. They're gonna rise up, then step. So don't do that. I want you to change your level, stay low, then step forward. All right. So you're gonna change your level, step forward, drop that lead knee. But as you're dropping the lead knee, you can put this hand down just to kind of, so you don't have to bang your knees too hard on the floor. And slide forward. That's it. So side view, change your level, take a step, put the hand down, drop the knee, slide through. Other side. I'm doing the same side, but I'm giving you another side view. Change the level, step, drop that right knee, slide through. Another thing that'll be helpful is if your hips are not sideways, your hips are straight forward, square. If your hips are square, you're gonna have a little better drive. So here, you're fighting here, lower your level, step, put the hand down, drop that knee, slide through, okay? Feel free to try both sides if you want, or you can just stay on one side if that's better for you, okay?
Max,
All right, so I'm gonna start the bell. Yeah.
Question for added detail. So when you change your level, you're fighting and your body is slightly angled, but then you change level and you square the hips. So do you feel like more of a spiral down into the hip there when you drop? Is it more intentional when you do that?
I would say a spiral, just like instead of shooting in like, so you're here, right? Instead of shooting in like this,
Yep.
just
Boom. Okay, cool.
you could square that up. Just think about like sprinting, right? If you sprint and you're out here like this, you're probably not going to take off as fast, right? But if you're here, you're going to have a lot more drive to take off faster. So it's the same sort of deal, I believe, when you do a shot. So you want to focus on that penetration, driving the person back, and then you grab the legs so that they can't step back and they go down. All right. Oh, so Jordy, step forward with that left leg. Whichever leg is in front. So if you have the left leg in front, you're going to step with. So this is your left. Say this is your left leg, right? You're going to lower your level. You're going to step with that left leg, and that left knee is going to touch first before anything else. If that makes sense. So here, watch. Say this is your left leg, right? You're going to lower your level. See the left leg's in front. Then you're going to step with the left leg, and then you're going to put the hand down. That left knee is going to be the first thing that touches before you slide through. Got it? Let me see you try. All right, so yeah, you got your right leg forward, so you're going to step. Yeah, that's it. Touch that right knee down first. And then slide through with the other leg. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Step, drop that right knee down first. Good. Now instead of falling forward like that, just use the one hand. See? Lead hand, lead leg. Just touch that. Instead of falling forward on both, okay? So
At the end of the move, you're getting square again, correct?
No, you just stay square the whole time.
Okay. Stay square the whole time. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So with this move, you can either lift up or drive them down. That's it. Like I said, feel free to switch sides now if you want. Or you can stay on the same side. Up to you. Good job, Jordy. Keep going, keep going.
Max, so if you're standing up, what would you say the best posture is at the end of the movement when you stand up?
When you stand up?
Yeah.
I mean, depends on how you're finishing it. You may not be standing. You may just drive them down and get on top of them.
Okay.
But actually, that's a good question though about posture though. Your posture should be almost like you're doing a squat. So your back should be arched, head up, chest out, like that. You should not be down here like this. You should be like this the whole time. This way, the pressure goes into your legs and not into your lower back. If you feel it too much in your lower back, you're probably curving your lower back too much, and that's a bad thing. Like I said, very similar posture to squatting. Head up, chest out, back arch. All right, good, time. All right, so let's get into the next thing now. Let's get into some knees. So there's a couple of different ways to do knees. I'm going to show you one of the ways. This way is pretty good for little close quarters. You know, sometimes there's long knees where the guy's a little further away, where you lean back a little bit. This one, if you know, he's a little closer, maybe you don't want to lean back as much. So you're gonna throw your elbow back, throw the hand across your stomach. So this is gonna pretty much go like this, across your stomach. This elbow is gonna go back like that. So same time. Now, when you throw the knee, you're gonna step. When you step, you're not gonna go heel to toe. You're gonna step and you're gonna land right in the ball of the foot with the heel off the floor. So step, throw the elbow back, punch across, knee. Now when you throw this knee, you're going to turn your hip a little bit, but you're still going to keep your foot straight. So you're not going to turn your foot out like a round kick. You're going to keep your foot straight, and you're going to turn that hip in a little bit so you can get a little bit more power in a short distance. And you're not going to really lean back. You're going to be here, maybe just a little bit, but you're not going to aim to lean back too much. You're going to be here, step forward, land on the ball of the foot, knee. And like I said, you turn that hip in a little bit without turning the foot. Step, boom, boom. Turn that hip in just a little bit. Now, if you want to do the other side, lead side, here's a little trick to this. You're going to keep your hip back and step forward. Otherwise, what happens is if you bring your hip forward as you step, you cover sometimes a little bit too much distance, and then you cut off the power for your knee. So when you're doing the lead side, right, you lead the hip back, you can step the foot forward. But lead the hip back, and then we throw the knee, then you let the hip come in. And it's going to give you a little bit more power. But let's start with that rear side first. Halfway through the round, if you want to, you can do the other side. If you don't feel comfortable, if you still want to work on the one side, you can do that too as well. All right? So let's start with this rear knee first. And then reset right back to your face. Hands by the cheeks. Ready, set, go.
And Max, so just to clarify, you're saying that at the end of at the apex of the knee extension, you're actually curving slightly inward, correct? It's not just straight out the knee. You actually curve the knee slightly towards your center.
You're going to just like turn your, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the hip's going to go this way. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
That's it. Like I said, halfway through, if you want, you can do the other side. And just remember that little trick I told you about leaving your hip back. Nice. Come on, Jordy, let's see it. Good. So that's good, Jordy. Now, when you do that, bring the elbow back on that side and the hand across. So yeah, when you're throwing, if you're throwing the left knee, throw the left hand back as well. Okay? And the other hand across. Almost. So, Jordy, if this is my left knee, right? I'm doing this hand, whichever side you're kneeing with, that hand goes back. Here, boom. So kneeing leg, same hand, same side goes back, other side goes across. No, so if this knee's coming up, same side. And then, yeah, now you got it. Good. And then the other hand goes across.
And Max, question on the lead knee. You're saying that the lead knee, you don't want to cover too much space. So you're saying that the back foot comes forward. Is it a half step forward?
Just doesn't. I mean, that depends on the situation, really. But what I'm saying is, like, if the person is like, say, maybe in punching distance, right? Which you shouldn't really be throwing knees from much further than that anyway, because it's just going to be really easy to see and really easy to counter. Sometimes that distance is just going to be too little for a regular step. So instead of a regular step, what I tell people to do is keep your hip back right where it is. See, my hip doesn't move, and you're going to step as far as you comfortably can, which won't be far without moving the hip. See, there's no change in my body. Land on the ball of the foot, and then you throw the knee from there. And that way you're going to get a decent amount of power in the shorter distance. So step forward with that rear leg. Good. That's it, Jordy. Now you got it. Nice, Jordy. Good. Keep it up. Almost there. Almost there. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, good. Nice. All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the side kick. All right. So start with the left side first, right? And then halfway through the round, if you want to, we can switch to the other side. So I'm going to show the front view first, right? So if I'm side kicking this way, right? Watch where my knee comes up. It comes up right in front. Not here. Not here. Sometimes you can bring it back. But for right now, we're just going to learn a basic side kick. It's going to come straight up in front like that. Like I said, not here, not here for now. All right. So look at me sideways. I want to bring it straight up in front. And I think even though you want to learn how to come from a fighting stance, for now, when you first learn the side kick, it's best to just turn to the side. Just make things a little easier. Bring the knee up, right? Now, if you can't see my base foot, as I shoot it out, my base foot's going to turn on the ball of the foot, and my foot's actually going to go out this way. The reason why is if my foot stays straight like this and I make impact, there's really nothing supporting me. So what's going to happen is I'm going to fall backwards like that. But if I turn this way, then I have my whole foot supporting me. So essentially the side kick becomes a kind of a back kick. So hands up, just for good habit. Now drop the lead hand as the knee comes up. And then we're going to try to keep the knee in the same place and then rotate like this and then shoot out the leg. Now I want you to think of this part right here. This part right here. Think about this like a bullet, okay? And you want the bullet to go straight in, not this way, not this way. You want the bullet to go straight in. So hands are up, and then drop the hand, bring the knee up, all right? And then we're gonna pivot on the ball of the foot, and we're gonna shoot this straight out, keeping the knee in the same place. Bang, back. So once again, right here, hands are up, bring the knee up, bang, back. Just do your best. All right, so I'm going to start the bell. Halfway through, I'll tell you to switch sides. If you feel comfortable enough, switch. Good. And remember, if you're looking at the front view, I want that knee right in front of the body. Boom, like this. Right in front, boom. Shoot out, back. Yep. Shoot out, back. Remember, you're pivoting on that ball of the foot. Good. And Ruben, let that lead hand drop as the knee comes up. Let that hand drop.
That's Ruben, a.k.a. Tai Chi Wonder.
I don't think you hear me either way. What's happening? Good. All right, Jordy, think about hitting with the bottom of the foot. So instead of pointing the toes down, point that finger up, those toes up. Next thing I want you guys to do while you're doing this, right? Try to set your feet up so you don't have to take a step. Because you can do it without a step, you can do it with a step. But if you only know how to do it with a step, you don't necessarily know how to do it without a step. If that makes sense. So try to set your feet up so you don't have to take any extra step. Just pick the knee up and go. Hey, Ruben, let that knee come up in front of your body a little bit more. Bring that knee up a little higher in front of the body. So you're here, right? Bring it right in front. Whoop. Let that hand drop too. It'll be better balance. So here, yep, boom, back. All right, guys, if you want to, switch sides now. Only if you want to. You can switch sides if you want. If you want to try the other side. But if you don't feel comfortable, if you just want to work on one side, that's okay too. Hey, Jen, for a good habit, try not to have both hands fly out. Try to keep one hand up.
The one that stays up, the backhand, how can I see your posture on that one? How you're holding the hand up?
So if I'm here, right? Bring the knee up. Bang. So it's just better to, I think, keep it here. If it needs to come up, it can come up. But if you're down here, by the time you come up, a lot of things can happen. But if you're here, it's just much safer.
Thank you. I'll keep my backhand up.
All right, keep going, keep going. It's all about good habits. Good. And Jen, time that lead hand dropping with the knee coming up. When the knee comes up, drop the hand, same time. So when the knee comes up, time that.
So question, when
Together, okay?
when the leg comes out, what are you
It'll be better for your balance.
What are you doing with your lead hand? When you actually kick out, what are you doing with your lead hand for like?
It just stays back. It just stays back like this. Boom.
Okay. Thank you.
Another hand will be up. This way, when you recover, everything is in a good place. Good. All right, time. That's good for that. Now let's move on to the next thing. All right, so let's move on to some elbows now. So one of my favorite elbows, one of the simplest elbows too, you're here, right? You're gonna block, and you're just gonna come straight out. Boom. So if you watch, it's gonna open up a little bit into more of an L. So you're here, step forward, boom. Boom. Now, halfway through the round, you can switch sides, and you can do the other side. Same thing, block, boom. That. So you're gonna come forward with that, boom. And you're thinking about hitting with this little part right here. This little part. Not up here, right here. That's gonna be the point that you want to hit. So it's gonna be here. Block with the other hand, because listen, if you're in elbowing distance, you could definitely get hit. So, boom, boom. All right, let's go. Now, Jordy, I want you to turn that hand. Instead of your hand this way, I want your hand this way. And actually, that actually makes a difference in the power. If your hand's this way, you're going to get a lot less power. If your hand's this way, you're going to be able to get a lot more power in the elbow. Good. And with that rear hand, I want that, if you're here, I want that to slide up and cover the whole side of your head. When you throw the elbow, slide up and then back down. Boom, back. Boom, back. Boom, back. That's nice.
Max, for the rear elbow, how are you? How does the hip, the rest of the body, follow through when you're using the rear elbow?
I mean, pretty much the same way as the lead elbow. Like, there's a slight turn of the hip. It's very slight, but don't focus on the hip and the body turning. Throw the elbow, everything else will follow. Boom, boom. It's a very small motion. Not a lot of movement required. So you're doing the lead. It's like that. There's even a little turn, but not much. Try to keep your feet connected to the floor. At least have your back foot, have the ball of foot on the floor at least. Big problem happens when people start lifting that back foot off. There's no more control, so it becomes a bit more like a haymaker. So if you miss, you're gonna fall all over the place, especially if you're throwing hard. All right. So, this is pretty easy. So what I want from all of you is 2 lead and then 2 rear. 2 lead elbows, 2 rear elbows. Lead, bop, bop, and then from the rear, bop, bop. Two left, 2 right. So Jordy, you're sticking that hand out too much. You just lead with this part. Lead instead of this. Lead with this part. Step, boom. Step, boom. Step, boom. So focus on that part coming forward.
Max, are you doing a step with every movement?
This, yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right, good. All right, so we're going to get something else now. So let's get into some punching. So we're going to keep it real simple, real basic. But there's one thing I want to focus on. I want to focus on the opposite hand coming up, because that's the thing that a lot of people mess up. Everybody drops their hands when they punch. Even the best players, even Floyd Mayweather drops his hands when he punches a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times. But that being said, when we're trading, we always want to go for what's ideal. So what would be ideal is to have the hand up, the opposite hand up every time out. That's not always going to happen. But, you know, like I said, you train to do it all the time, and maybe 50 to 25% of the time the other hand is up, which is still 50 or 25% less chance of getting knocked out, which is always great. So we're going to do 3 different things. All right. So first, we're going to do the jab, right? Jab, and I don't want you to step with each one now. Big important thing with striking, especially when takedowns are involved, is that you don't have to step forward all the time. Not only that, you don't want to get in the habit of always stepping forward, because if you're close enough and then you step forward, sometimes you get too close, and then you just end up mashing up your punches and then not getting enough power in them. You smother your own punches. It's that's a thing that happens to a lot of beginners. And distancing becomes more crucial when there's takedowns, because you could be stepping into takedowns. So sometimes if you're right on the edge and you don't need a step, you don't want to step, right? So, but what I want your back heel to be off the floor, right? So when you do the jab, you throw the jab out, full extension, right? And block the head, boom. Boom, block the head. Then when I tell you to switch, then we're gonna do the cross. We're gonna throw the cross, and the hand's gonna slide up once again. Now, the third thing I'm gonna ask you to do is a jab cross. Now, the reason why we're doing the jab cross, all right, just another idea. When you're throwing a combination, it can be very hard to have your hand up with every punch. You know what I mean? Like, imagine it doing a, 4-hit combination: jab, cross, hook, uppercut, and the whole time you're 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be nice, but realistically, it's probably not going to happen. So what I like to tell people to do when they're doing a combination is at least have the hand up on the last punch of the combination. So say I'm doing a jab cross, at least I'm going to have my hand up on that last punch. Maybe not on the first one, maybe it's just going to be here, right? But on the second one, I'll make sure it's up. If I'm doing a jab cross hook, which we're not going to do today, but jab cross, maybe my hand is not going to fully up, but I'm going to keep it around my cheek though still. On the hook, then my hand's going to come up. So just to give you the guys the idea. And if I'm doing jab cross hook uppercut, jab cross hook uppercut, I'm going to try to make sure my hand is all the way up on the last punch at the very least. Just like I said, good habits get into. You always want to build up good habits. All right. So let's start with the jab. All right. And so the jab, boom, slide up the hand, right back to cheek. Start from your face and from your face. What I want you guys to avoid is throwing that jab out and having a little dip down, which a lot of people do, especially as you get tired. So this little dip down. So the jab, straight back to the face. Boom, straight back to your face. All right, I'm gonna start the time. Let's go. And Jan, I don't want this hand up the whole time because that's not realistic. If it's here up all the time, this is going to be too open. So I want it about the cheek level. And then when you feel the punch, slide it up, slide it back. Slide it up, slide it back, just to get in good habit.
So question about when it's at cheek level, do you recommend, what are your thoughts on fist versus open hand at the cheek?
Either one is fine. I really don't care. I think both are fine.
Okay.
To me, that's just a preference thing. I just think, if you're wearing MMA gloves, this is probably a little safer for your fingers, but if your fingers are together, there's probably not a lot that's going to happen to your fingers, but weird shit happens all the time. So this is I would say this is probably a little safer, but I don't think it's a huge deal. Open hand or closed hand.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, give me the cross now.
I just a quick.
All right, guys, let's switch to the cross now.
One more quick question on the jab, because I know, given your background, your lineage with your father and the Tai Chi body mechanics, what are your thoughts on pivoting the front foot for a jab versus keeping the front foot solid for a jab?
I don't like pivoting the front foot for a jab. It's a straight punch. I don't think it's necessary. I think it probably takes away a little bit of power and a little bit of stability. Just my opinion, I'm sure some people do it. I don't think it's that good though.
Okay, thank you.
I would rather you have a solid base on that lead foot and just go straight out. Boom. Boom.
How about a slight pivot in the back foot?
Oh yeah, back foot's okay. Just not the front foot for that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so let's start with the cross now. No problem. Good. And remember, slide that other hand up. Slide that hand up. There we go. Good, Jordy. Nice. Now let's go to the jab cross now. Jab cross. So on the jab, I don't expect the hand to be up, but on the cross, I do expect the hand to be up. So, and there should be no break in the motion. So even if you're going fast, right? It should be 1, 2. No break in the motion. 1, 2. Fast or slow, there's just no break in the motion. That's all. And make sure that hand is up on the last punch. Nice. Everyone looks pretty good. All right, good. It's time. All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. We could either finish up with some stretching, or Jan, if you have any other way you would like to finish things up, just let me know.
I think stretching is so important and so overlooked. So please, stretching, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right, so here's what we do. Which stretch we're gonna do here? It's pretty common one. So gonna come here, bring this leg over, right? Grab the knee. So you're gonna sit back. And then you can extend this a little bit to give it a little more stretch, or you can keep it down, up to you. Hold it for 30 seconds, and then we'll do the other side. But put the hand on the knee, though. So grab your knee. So over here, you're grabbing the knee, not the back of the leg. Grab right on the knee. And that'll help give you a little extra stretch. All right, switch. Other side. So once again, cross the leg over, other side. Grab on the front of the knee. Just hold that. Lay back. Switch again. Other side. Fall back. All right, switch one more time. All right, time. That's all, folks. Unless there's anything else.
Dude, thank you so much for the training today, Max. The Maxman and Chen, everybody. Also cast member of Justice for Hire, Sudden KO.
And Jen, I don't appreciate you showing off that nice weather.
Oh,
It's pissing me off. I'll never do that again.
well, for anybody,
I mean, The weather hasn't been that bad over here, but yo, it's not that nice.
You mean that?
Everyone should hate you for that. Yeah, stop that. You're pissing me off again. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's not funny. Stop laughing.
For
You're
anybody
encouraging him.
Anybody who's on online who can't be in New York, where can they find you?
1 East 28th Street. Hit up JFH. You get my contact info from there. My number 646-408-4546. If anybody wants to jump in, join, want some information, hit me up.
Wow, gave the phone number. Well, thank you, man.
Thanks, Max.
That's right.
Love you, dude. Thank you, everybody.
No problem. Good seeing you guys. Thanks for jumping in.